俺は生まれてからずっと力を抑えつけられてきた。我慢してきた。やめろもう嫌だ。俺は自由だ。何もかもめちゃめちゃにしてやる。全てを焼き尽くす獣がこの俺だ。本当の俺だ。
Hey guys, my name is Savik Mata, and today I will be doing an anime review video over the anime known as Blue Exorcist. Now, this is definitely one of my top favorite animes, and it contains a lot about Japanese culture. I'll try to show some of the other ones somewhere around here, but let's get into the review. So, Blue Exorcist was first a manga created by Kazue Kato and was later animated by A1 Pictures. Kazue Kato was born on July 20th of 1980, which makes her about 42 years old, and she was born in the Shinjuku district of Tokyo and has a younger brother and sister. Growing up, she wanted to be an animator, but her parents sent her off to college, and she later dropped out and became an illustrator making mangas. Some of her famous works, such as Robo to Usakichi, began to get published by shonen magazines, and her famous Blue Exorcist manga was serialized by Jump Square on April 4th, 2009. This manga later got adapted into an anime series consisting of 2 seasons and a film, and was first released on April 17th, 2011, about 2 years after the manga. This show has seen a ton of great success since then. Now, let's talk about the anime itself. The story revolves around a boy named Rin Okumura, who finds out that he's the son of Satan. His demonic powers were hidden in a sword by his foster father, who is also an exorcist, named Shiro Fujimoto. Upon his death, Rin releases his power to fight the demons and proclaims himself as an exorcist who fights demons as a demon. This causes a lot of dispute among the exorcists, and the story follows his adventures and hardships as he makes new friends and confronts his birth father, Satan. Now, one of the biggest plot twists that I want to reveal, just because it's funny, is that when Rin goes to the Academy for Exorcists, his twin younger brother Yukio, who doesn't have demonic powers, apparently knew everything about him and was trained in secret by their father and became one of the youngest certified exorcists and is actually Rin's teacher when he arrives there. Now, one of the main reasons I chose this anime for this review is because it incorporates a ton of Japanese culture and Japanese minds. So first off, the anime does take place in Japan, so we see a ton of Japanese architecture as well as Japanese customs. When Rin is called to various locations to exorcise demons, we can see traditional Japanese temples. These temples have a unique architectural style with sliding doors and iconic pointed rooftops. Now, the series revolves more around Catholic religion, but the architecture stems from Buddhist and Shinto beliefs in the connection to nature. Additionally, we see many instances of Japanese food in the series. The first episode introduces sukiyaki, which is a type of hot pot in which the meat is cooked at the table. Kind of similar to Korean barbecue, but obviously the food isn't grilled. There's a lot of other Japanese cuisine seen throughout the film, since Rin is a great cook, and a big focus in the film is obviously the demons. Demons in Japanese culture are also known as yokai, and these spiritual entities with supernatural powers come from a realm called Gehenna in the show. A way to call these demons is through omnioji, which are basically sorcerers, and in these series, the sorcerers are called demon tamers, and one of them, which was named Kamiki, utilizes a pair of twin foxes. These foxes are also known as kitsune in Japanese culture and are seen as messengers of the Shinto deity Inari. The list of Japanese customs is endless, so let me finish off by talking about some of the Japanese minds. Now, one of the biggest dual incorporation would be both hone to tatamae and uchi to soto. So this basically refers to personal and public image of a person and the inner and outer circles of society. This is huge with Rin Okumura because growing up human and discovering his demonic origins, he is at a point where he's confused about his own identity. He doesn't know whether he's more demonic or more human, and he's incapable of controlling his own flames because of this. As he navigates the Exorcist world, the trauma of everyone else to the demonic flames causes him to basically hide that portion of himself and create his own public image. This shows the line between his personal and public self, and basically this later becomes unified and his friends accept him as he learns to control his powers, but his demonic origins make him ostracized by the Exorcist community, introducing the idea of Uchi and Soto. Shiro's death further makes him reflect on his dependence to his father and the sheltering that was done by him. This familial dependence is also known as amai, but Rin was thrown into the real world, and basically he was an outsider, and he only finally gets accepted by society when he finally accepts himself, and Tatamai and Hone are unified so that people around him begin to trust him for who he is and not what he portrays himself to be. There is also other Japanese minds such as Gambari and Yukio's patience of Rin's outbursts, and Bushido from both brothers fighting for their beliefs and their friends. Also, we see that Yukio tends to show more indirectness in the form of amai, while Rin is more direct, such as in Western culture. Now, overall, this was a great film. I'd probably give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's definitely not my favorite, but it's up there, and I definitely like to rewatch it from time to time. But it's definitely a great anime for learning about Japanese culture and surrounding yourself with the different mindsets of a Japanese society.